maybe I should start this off.
It's up to you.
All right, I have two Mount Rushmores. One I think is in general.
Yes, like sort of like the faces of the WWE.
Yeah, and then there is, of course, my personal.
As do I.
Yes, so I'm gonna let's start off with what we all think is in general.
All right.
Or actually, let's go personal. Let's go personal.
Personal first.
Let's do personal. So my four personally will probably have to be. Let's see. Well, definitely the Undertaker.
Of course.
Definitely the Undertaker. No, I don't think anybody can really argue with that. Personally, let's see. Sting. He was the face of WCW for a long time. Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Shawn Michaels is amazing. As well as, let's see, probably Hogan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Personal.
Yeah.
Huh.
Personal.
We were pretty close on mine for my personal one.
All right.
Mine is The Undertaker.
Right on.
Shawn Michaels.
Nice. 2 for 2.
Yes, sir. Stone Cold.
All right.
And the Nature Boy, Ric Flair.
Woo!
That's my personal one. And they're my 4 favorite wrestlers of all time.
All right. Well, I
love it.
All right. The Latin Madman is going to be telling us his personal Mount Rushmore.
Yeah. I'm going to give you my 4 personal. I'm going to go back just a little bit further than you guys, and you may not even remember who these guys are. Bruno Sammartino. I'm going to go with Bruno Sammartino. I'm going to go with Chief J. Strongbow.
Nice.
Ooh.
Nice.
Okay, and if we're going to bring it up to modern times, definitely Hulk Hogan.
Okay.
And I was going to go with Nick's favorite, too, my boy, Ric Flair.
All right. That's right.
Those are the 4.
Okay.
All right. DJ,
All right.
lay it on us.
Obviously, The Undertaker.
Nice.
Damn
nice.
right.
Okay. I also have Shawn Michaels
Yeah.
All right.
and Stone Cold
Yeah,
Nice.
all right.
and Sacco.
Like Mr. Soccer?
Yeah.
Okay. Bye-bye. All right.
He is undefeated. I don't know anybody who's
Undefeated, undisputed. You can't not put him up there.
and full of slobber.
yeah.
Full of slobber. He autographed my picture once.
I would love to hear. I really do want to hear what some of the listeners got to say, because I'm sure there's plenty of people.
Oh, I'm sure there is. In fact, I'm going to read some from online.
I know everybody at Soul Luna's listening right now.
Right, I believe
And
so.
yeah, so they're all just hanging out listening to us. So anybody sitting in there, please call us, guys. 856-345-9988. So come call us. Let us know who your 4 people you would have on Mount Rushmore would
Okay,
be.
so before we tell us, what we really think,
Yeah.
not just our personal opinion, but like who we think represents professional wrestling, I'm going to read some stuff online. I'm going to read some other people's
All right.
picks, and this one's pretty interesting.
Okay.
Okay, I'm skimming through here, and we have a lot of replies actually. And
Really?
Yes, of all the people that when we share it to people and whatnot, I see different comments. But this one here, Hogan. His name is Connor Dobson. He picked Hogan, El Santo, Johnny Saint, and Ricky Dozen. His reasons were all 4 were pioneers in their respective areas around the world. Now that's awesome.
a really good one.
I didn't think about
good.
that.
That was pretty unique. He researched that.
Oh, yeah.
That man knows his shit. I think he deserves a woo salute for that one.
Oh, he does definitely
He does
deserve a woo
deserve
salute.
That's a good one. I like that a lot.
Yeah, and another one that I just had to read just because it. Oh God, I don't know what this person must have watched wrestling yesterday, because he picks Young Bucks,
Okay.
Kenny Omega,
All right.
Kota Ibushi.
Kota Ibushi.
I mean, okay, first of all, there's 4.
Well, the Young Bucks are a tag team. to be fair.
Sure, all right. Well, we're splitting hairs now, but really.
So
No.
only people who are on the indie scene, non-WWE.
I'm not going to insult him because that's his opinion. Obviously, he was going for
I will. He's
personal.
a fucking idiot.
You heard it here, folks. PJ
He
said.
obviously hasn't been watching wrestling long enough to make a decision
No,
like
no,
that.
definitely not. And these are the most popular ones.
Well, they're all great wrestlers.
Sure, absolutely.
They haven't made that big of a name.
At
to
least
surpass-
made an
Sacco has
impact
3
anyway.
different wrestlers that you think when
Yeah.
you hear their name, you think Sacco.
Yes.
Mankind.
Now
There's
I remember.
Cactus Jack.
I remember
Isn't
on that
Antonio
post.
Morello's sock related to Sacco also?
What's
because
that?
he's got that Venom sock. And remember,
Santina Morella.
Santina Morella.
the Cobra. I heard it was related to Sacco in some way.
When
It's
it
his
comes to
retarded redheaded cousin twice removed.
Who moved to Italy.
Agreed.
But what I posted on when one of the ones you
I
shared,
loved it. Go ahead, do it.
the 4 faces of Foley. I know what you're thinking.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're gonna get Cactus Jack. We're gonna get Dude Love. We're gonna get Mankind, and we're also gonna get Commissioner Foley. When he had the short hair, the shaved beard.
Thumbs up.
And if it wasn't going to be Commissioner Foley, it's either going to be a giant hand carved into the thing of a thumbs up or 2 hands doing the bang bang symbol.
The 2 hands had to flank the other ones.
Bang bang, like, it'd be so good.
Okay, well let's get down to business here. Let's see about seriously now. All right.
Time to lay the sass down.
I'm gonna go first. Okay, I feel these are the most important faces in professional wrestling. Hulk Hogan,
Of course.
number 1. Hulk Hogan. Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Of course.
Now let's see. Bruno Sammartino.
Ah.
And people are probably gonna argue against this. John Cena.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that.
You basically hit all the important errors with
Exactly.
those 4, so
That-
that makes a lot of sense.
Exactly. Like, I mean, people like to hate on Cena. I understand it. I did it for a while.
Yeah.
I always liked him and respected him, but I was just tired of the shtick. Kind of the same thing with Roman Reigns.
I'm still I'm tired of the superhero Cena. I want to see him go heel.
Exactly. It seems like nowadays, whenever WWE likes to pick the top guy, he's hated. It's easy to hate him. You just
Yeah.
get sick of him.
Because it's not Stone Cold. Everyone's comparing that person to Stone Cold.
Sure, sure. I can get
Nowadays.
that. I can understand that. But at the same time, it's probably like, we'll look at Daniel Bryan. For a while, he probably because we want him to be number 1.
Yeah.
Like the reason why a lot of
Bryan
people-
was always the underdog.
He was, and I think the
And a
reason
good underdog, too.
Absolutely.
He played the part well.
a lot of wrestlers in the past, they were number 1 because they were over as number 1.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Nowadays, it seems like they're just manufacturing people who saying, you know what, you're going to be the new guy.
Yeah.
I like
That's-
your face.
Exactly, and and it gets regurgitated.
And they played on that with the whole Seth Rollins thing, saying
They did.
you are going to be the face of the WWE.
Yeah.
Basically,
Then
being
they
forced
fucked
into that, forcefully shoving it down our throats.
In a way,
Even
that's-
though, he deserved to get that recognition because he's
Sure.
a phenomenal wrestler.
Yeah.
But they played on the fact that that's what they do now in that storyline.
you know, I have to really give it to WWE with that because they're really playing the intelligence that we have for the business nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the fact that the heels, like the McMahon Helmsleys and the whole authority, they're really playing off that. The fact that we know who they're manufacturing, so of course we're going to hate them more when they
Yeah.
mention shit like
Exactly.
And they did the
So-
same thing with Daniel Bryan. They knew they wanted
yeah.
to push it over, but they didn't want to. But still, they incorporated that into his storylines.
Yeah,
That and if,
very smart.
Yeah.
Vinnie Mackel doesn't really like somebody who's on the roster, regardless of if we like him,
Yeah.
he'll bury the talent.
They,
Yeah.
In
He's
fact,
done that a lot.
Austin,
Case in point, Daniel Bryan.
yeah, and Daniel Bryan. In fact, you can thank like Triple H, or Austin can thank Triple H because during his initial push when he rung the King of the Ring, it was originally supposed to be Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Yes, it was.
Obviously, this was before he became
And
son-in-law.
I'm surprised that name didn't come up because, to be quite honest with you, Hunter has done a lot for the
He
WWE.
has.
Of course.
He's a Hall of Famer immediately.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he's not yet. Probably because he's going to become the new owner.
Yeah.
But that
He's going to be the new swinging dick in town.
he already is.
Yeah.
He already is.
Oh,
Heard
yeah.
that before.
Oh, yeah.
Right now he's just the testicles.
Yep.
Soon he's
Yeah.
going to be a whole shaft.
Yep.
But
And then later on in life, will become the whole shebang.
I don't see I won't argue against anybody who, would pick Triple H. He would be like, if there was a Billboard add-on, he'd definitely be on that one.
Of course.
Because just like The Rock, for most of his career in the WWE, I don't pick The Rock because The Rock isn't a big celebrity until his post-WWE career.
Yes.
However, his entire run, he was always a smidgen under Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stone Cold was always the focal point.
Yeah.
The Rock and Triple H were always the guys to go against them.
Yep.
Right.
So that's why I do not pick Triple H. That's why I didn't pick Austin. That's why I didn't pick The Rock. And that's also why I didn't pick Undertaker. Because Undertaker, he's the main event guy. He's probably the He is. He's the longest reigning main eventer in history of professional wrestling. Because most people in his position, they come out, they get jobbed to the newer guys, which makes sense. But you don't do it with the Undertaker.
Yeah, but there's so many. There's so many guys that you could. There's so many guys that are left out of that particular situation. Actually, what it should be is that you should pick 4 for every 10 years of wrestling.
Which is what I did.
So,
which is what
exactly.
I did.
See, what I did for mine, I basically did the most recognizable.
Okay, go ahead.
So mine was obviously Stone Cold, and I totally agree with your whole The Rock's post WWE career is what made him famous.
He was famous in WWE.
Of course.
That jump started it. He would do a lot of TV appearances, but it wasn't until he became a full-fledged actor.
Now he's the most highest paid actor in the world. So I did not put The Rock on there. I did Stone Cold. I did Hulk Hogan. I did The Undertaker, just because everybody knows who The Undertaker is.
That's true.
Yeah.
Like,
That
if
is
you
true.
don't watch wrestling, and you're like, oh, is that dead guy still in an Undertaker? You're like, there's
Everyone
people who
knows The
don't know
Undertaker.
what wrestling or don't watch it at all. They know who The Undertaker is. They know who Stone Cold is. They all know who Hulk Hogan is. And then I chose John Cena as well, because he's huge.
Yeah.
He's arguably one of the biggest of all time.
That's right.
And that's I wouldn't choose these guys. I'd choose a couple of them to put on my Mount Rushmore. But, those are the most recognizable faces in WWE history, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Before we get to you two on the Toxic Radio chat room, which you can go on toxicradio.net. Obviously, you are listening to us. So, but if you're not on the chat, if you're not participating, please, we encourage you to do so. But,
Strongly encourage.
Michelle Forney, she says she gave her own 4. She says, I want to say Hulk Hogan, Rob Van Dam, John Cena, and the Ultimate Warrior.
Ooh.
Those are good ones.
Those are
I
not
like
bad
that.
picks at all.
No,
Those are
not at
those
all.
are great
At
picks.
all.
Those are great picks.
A lot better than that other guy picked.
Right. I like she kind of went with the old ECW route too.
Yeah.
With
I
Rob
like
Van
that.
Dam.
Yeah,
That was
I
cool.
loved RVD, man.
Yeah, exactly. Who doesn't? Who doesn't love RVD?
Smoke it up, man.
Rob Van Dam.
Okay, Juan, what would you say?
Jonathan.
All right, I'm going to enter the professional pick now. Now my personal pick,
Right.
the professional.
Oh,
pick.
yours is pretty much on the line there.
Yeah. I made one change only because I don't want us to come off as a bunch of sexists. I would love to include the fabulous Moolah in that crowd.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh my gosh.
She's probably the premier female wrestler of all time.
Oh, yeah, one of them.
So
She's one
I'm
of the
going to
ones
go
who
with
started it.
the fabulous Moolah.
Before you go on, who was your original pick before her?
To be quite honest with you, I didn't have a female in my 4, but I picked the original 4 that I picked personally was Hulk Hogan.
Oh yeah.
Bruno Sammartino.
Well, no, yeah, you mentioned that. But
Yeah, what was your 4?
You said you had to revise it.
Well,
Who was your
I
original
did
guy?
at first. I was gonna. Who was and I keep forgetting her name. Was the female wrestler that used to come out with Moolah?
Mae Young.
Mae Young.
Mae Young. That was one of my original picks, but not
love
many
me my
people
Mae
go
Young.
that far back
No,
to
they
Mae
don't.
Young.
They don't.
I love Mae
Okay,
Young.
even though she was the original female wrestler and she was the first women's champion of all time.
Okay.
But I have to go with the fabulous Moolah only because when she came out to wrestle, she had such a presence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was fortunate enough to see her wrestle.
Really?
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Oh man, I'm telling you, I've seen a lot of fantastic wrestlers in my time, including the Junkyard Dog, the Bobo Brazil. Not many people remember that big
Jeez,
guy.
Bobo
Not many
Brazil.
people remember Ernie the Cat Ladd when he was around.
Ernie
too.
Ladd.
Not Ernest the Cat Miller.
Oh my God, he was fantastic. All right, so bang bang. So we're gonna go with Moolah.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Bruno Sammartino. I'm gonna go with Hulk Hogan, and I have to stick with my boy Ric Flair.
All right.
Okay.
So those are my 4.
The record
Yeah.
And
holder
I'm
himself.
hoping that I get a lot of female callers and tell me, I love you, you fucking madman. Because I had to include a woman in there. I think they deserve a spot in there. I mean, after all, this is the 20th century. You know?
Right.
So we can't leave the girls out anymore.
Yeah, but in fact, that gives me a good idea. Like right after DJ, why don't we pick on who we feel is women's Mount Rushmore?
Ooh,
professional
that's
wrestling.
interesting,
Okay.
too.
We'll add that just in a second. So before
All right,
that,
for my 4 for professional, Bruno Sammartino.
okay.
I got to keep the Undertaker in there just because he's so recognizable.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody knows him. He's done so
Absolutely.
much for the sport in general. Who was I going to pick next? It was a toss-up between Hogan and Stone Cold.
All right.
I'm going to go with Hogan.
Okay.
And then Vince McMahon.
wow.
How did we not think of that?
Maybe it's because I always thought of him as the sculptor of it. Not necessarily.
And at the bottom, you can actually visit his grapefruits at the bottom of the mountain.
That's true.
That's great.
That is true.
That's absolutely great.
And then if you look closer, you can see Triple H's apricots growing in the ground.
Oh God.
His grapes, if you will.
Very good, very good. I like that. That's cool.
Those are great
Very
picks,
good.
though. Vince McMahon, very smart. I didn't even think about that because without him,
I was
you
actually
wouldn't be having
surprised
this
that neither one of you guys picked that.
It didn't even dawn to me.
Well, you
Didn't
know
even
what?
dawn on me.
There was that era there where Vince McMahon was actually getting hands on with his boys, going out there wrestling and doing the same thing. And not to mention that he had that spread on Muscle Man magazine. That he didn't look like he's 70 what, 73?
He still doesn't look that.
No, he
yeah,
doesn't
how many
look like
covers?
that at
How many
all.
times was he on that magazine? It's insane.
I think I've seen him. The last one I
big
saw,
dude for
he was
70
on
years
the
old,
cover.
though.
Yeah.
He was on the cover, and he looked fucking. He had this big, huge chain around
Yeah.
his neck. He was fucking
Yeah.
buff.
He was biting the chain, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
He was buff.
veins popping out of
Yeah.
every
Yeah.
fucking ripple.
Guy's ripped.
Oh
Holy
yeah,
shit. He is
yeah. But when you
ripped.
got that kind of money, you can afford to take any drug you want to build you up to whatever you want to look like.
Friend of
you know,
mine-
it's just it's the way it is. No, go ahead.
No, I was just waiting. Sorry. A friend of mine, Anthony, not Anthony Santaleri, who comes on, the other guy, Anthony.
The other Anthony, the Greek
The Greek guy.
Italian.
Yeah.
The Greek Italian.
The
Whatever.
Greek-
Was he the Greek Italian?
Greek Anthony, I don't know. I don't know how to
Greek
say
Anthony.
it. Andoni, I don't know how to spell it. But
Go ahead.
He says his Mount Rushmore would be Hulk Hogan, Randy Savage, Undertaker, and Flair.
I love it.
That's a
So-
good combo.
That's a
Oh
good
That's a
combo.
We
real
gotta
good
have
combo.
the power.
There's just so many people you could easily pick. It's so
Absolutely.
hard to just condense them to 4. So
It took me a good 3 hours to pick mine. It
I-
took a long time.
I've always had it in my mind because I see that question a lot. So it was pretty easy for me, but it is so hard to pick.
Yeah.
Like it was so hard not to pick Undertaker and Ric Flair.
yeah.
And that,
But
you
they're,
know,
they're so
because there's so many.
big, you know.
They are.
Those are the guys who really outdid it compared to everyone else.
So really quick, let's before we have to end this segment, let's talk about the women who. And so I'm gonna pick the women of Mount Rushmore in professional wrestling is, like you said, Fabulous Moolah,
Fabulous Moolah.
the Fabulous Moolah, Mae Young,
Mae Young.
Trish Stratus, and Lita.
That's
That-
my exact
That's
one as
it.
well.
I would go with that also.
That is.
That
that-
would
I
have
think
to
that's
be
a
the
general
4.
consensus.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Trish Stratus
Overall,
definitely,
just
though.
absolutely.
She was dynamite, good looking chick, and she knew how to wrestle her
Mm-hmm.
ass off.
And China's a honorable mention for me
Yeah.
because she was a huge star in her time.
Yes.
Like for good, like
Especially
2
the
years.
only
she-
woman to win the Intercontinental Championship.
That's true.
Twice.
Like, so that's why she's an honorable mention. But when people think of women's wrestling, they don't really think of China.
No, but that's
No.
because she fell out of the light
She did.
so fast. I mean, it was a
Yes.
shame
Yeah.
that she just disappeared from view because she was a stunning wrestler.
Oh,
just to
of
look at her,
course.
a lot of people used to say that she looked like a man. Fuck that, man. I would walk her down the aisle any freaking time. She was a banging looking chick and had a great body to
beautiful.
go with it.
She was
yeah.
a beautiful looking woman.
Well, she was in Playboy.
And it was I
And it has a
believe
porno.
Yeah, yeah.
many pornos,
Many pornos.
many
yeah.
pornos, many
Yeah.
pornos. Which actually, for shame, for on the Louise part, they don't include her in anything because
No,
of that reason.
they don't. I don't even think she's
She
in the
deser-
Hall of Fame.
she
is
deserves
She's
to
not
be in
even
the Hall of Fame.
She
is
should be in the Hall of Fame. And
should.
Triple H deliberately said, and I quote, "Hey, Michael Cole, help me out here."
And I quote,
I will not put China in the Hall of Fame because of her career after professional wrestling. I don't want my kids to go online to see who China is after hearing on the WWE program, if I was a parent, and type it in and find out she's on porn and find porn. I understand that, but you also have another Hall of Famer who's in porn, who did a porn at least, X-Pac.
X-Pac, yeah.
That's where it doesn't make sense. Nothing
Yeah.
against X-Pac.
Sonny.
Was she in a
Well,
porn?
just recently, just last year.
Well, she was inducted before that though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like they totally like tried to erase Hogan off the face of the map because of the whole
Because of
scandal.
the thing with
Because
Bubba,
I
yeah.
don't- yeah.
Yeah, I don't get it. I just don't understand it. But that's
like they
politics.
just need to
But
look
even with
past the
that, it would be
bullshit.
very, very difficult to get Hogan out
Yeah.
of there completely.
You
because
can't.
He's just
He was the face of that company
exactly
for years.
exactly. He took them to the next level.
He's the
which is where they
trailblazer.
are. Yeah.
He's the reason why we have a show right now talking
Exactly.
about this. And
Exactly.
that's why
Like
it's
he
in our
led
heads.
the wrestling caravan to Sanctuary
He
and
did.
brought it to where it is now.
He's the Moses of professional wrestling.
He parted the Red Sea and then
Exactly.
sort of combined them all together into one giant company.
Oh, I see what you did there. I see what you did there.
I like that. You're very good.
Anyway,
I like
So,
Nick.
do you agree on the
women?
the women's as well?
What was your 4 again? I'm sorry.
Trish Stratus, Lita, Mae Young, and the Fabulous Moolah.
Fabulous Moolah.
I would take Mae Young out and go with Michelle's pick with Stephanie McMahon.
Okay.
Yeah, know what? I mean, I haven't seen Stephanie enough in anything.
She
She's
was
only
never really
you
a
can count on
wrestler.
one hand
Yeah.
how many times she actually got into the ring and got into a grappling situation with any of the gals.
I'd
She's
say
only had
nowadays-
9
She's been
matches.
thrown around and slapped around, but not in the ring. though,
I'd say
you know?
she's been women's champion. She has gotten in good
She
matches.
has and what she's done with the women's division
Right.
recently,
Okay, right.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's
You
on
needed a
a
punch for that.
managerial level. I would
Yeah.
definitely include
Yeah,
her.
well, that's why I
Vince
put
McMahon.
Yeah, that's
Right.
why I put McMahon in there. That was
Yeah.
managerial level.
Yeah,
Sure.
but the only thing is though is that McMahon, to all fair credit, he has stepped into the ring.
So has Stephanie.
So is Stephanie.
Yeah,
Not
but
as much.
Not as much. I mean,
But-
you can count on one hand how many fights she's actually had.
Actually, you probably can.
yeah. I mean, you
Nine.
think about
The
it.
answer is 9.
Where Vince has gone in there with tag team partners, and he's had individual.
He's been Royal Rumble winner and
Yeah.
WWE champion and,
So,
and
I mean,
ECW champion.
You got to give him.
Actually,
remember that.
I actually know this fact. I'm pretty positive about this. Before her match with Nikki Bella, it was 8. So now it's officially 9 matches. I think she has actually had in her WWE career.
Wow.
Are we
now.
talking Stephanie now?
Yes.
Oh, no,
Only
then
9
I-
matches.
Then I
So you
bow
can count on
to you.
two
I
two
bow to you,
hands.
DJ, because you had the right pick. I'm telling you.
But she was more of a valet manager
Yeah.
in my eyes, and so that's why I wouldn't consider her. But at the same
And
time,
just so you know, between Moolah and Young, it was like a toss up on who I had to take out.
yeah.
So I just
I mean,
picked
they
one at
both
random.
started it.
So
Yeah.
it's actually possible to take one of them out.
I
but-
just never forget that one episode where they had Mae Young in the bed with Mark Henry of just 2.
oh god,
giving
oh
birth.
my
God.
Stitches. That had to be the
giving birth to
greatest.
the hand.
Oh my God! And then she smoked a cigarette after that. It was pretty tough.
Join the online revolution now and spread the word. Toxic Radio. Play it safe. Play it toxic.